Albert Einstein. Published by Encyclopaedia Britannica. German-American physicist. Albert Einstein, born March 14, 1879, Ulm, Württemberg, Germany, died April 18, 1955, Princeton, New Jersey, U.S., German-born physicist who developed the special and general theories of relativity and won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921 for his explanation of the photoelectric effect. Einstein is generally considered the most influential physicist of the 20th century. Albert Einstein. Childhood and education. Einstein's parents were secular, middle-class Jews. His father, Hermann Einstein, was originally a featherbed salesman and later ran an electrochemical factory with moderate success. His mother, the former Pauline Koch, ran the family household. He had one sister, Maria, who went by the name Maha, born 2 years after Albert. Top questions. Einstein would write that two wonders deeply affected his early years. The first was his encounter with a compass at age 5. He was mystified that invisible forces could deflect the needle. This would lead to a lifelong fascination with invisible forces. The second wonder came at age 12 when he discovered a book of geometry, which he devoured, calling it his sacred little geometry book. Einstein became deeply religious at age 12, even composing several songs in praise of God and chanting religious songs on the way to school. This began to change, however, after he read science books that contradicted his religious beliefs. This challenge to established authority left a deep and lasting impression. At the Luitpold Gymnasium, Einstein often felt out of place and victimized by a Prussian-style educational system that seemed to stifle originality and creativity. One teacher even told him that he would never amount to anything. Yet another important influence on Einstein was a young medical student, Max Talmud, later Max Talmy, who often had dinner at the Einstein home. Talmud became an informal tutor, introducing Einstein to higher mathematics and philosophy. A pivotal turning point occurred when Einstein was 16. Talmud had earlier introduced him to a children's science series by Aaron Bernstein, Naturwissenschaftliche Volksbücher 1867-68, popular books on physical science in which the author imagined riding alongside electricity that was traveling inside a telegraph wire. Einstein then asked himself the question that would dominate his thinking for the next 10 years, what would a light beam look like if you could run alongside it? If light were a wave, then the light beam should appear stationary, like a frozen wave. Even as a child, though, he knew that stationary light waves had never been seen, so there was a paradox. Einstein also wrote his first scientific paper, at that time, The Investigation of the State of Ether in Magnetic Fields. Einstein's education was disrupted by his father's repeated failures at business. In 1894, after his company failed to get an important contract to electrify the city of Munich, Hermann Einstein moved to Milan to work with a relative. Einstein was left at a boarding house in Munich and expected to finish his education. Alone, miserable, and repelled by the looming prospect of military duty when he turned 16, Einstein ran away 6 months later and landed on the doorstep of his surprised parents. His parents realized the enormous problems that he faced as a school dropout and draft dodger with no employable skills. His prospects did not look promising. Fortunately, Einstein could apply directly to the Eidgenössische Polytechnische Schule, Swiss Federal Polytechnic School, in 1911. Following expansion in 1909 to full university status, it was renamed the Eidgenössische Technische Hochschule, or Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, in Zurich without the equivalent of a high school diploma if he passed its stiff entrance examinations. His marks showed that he excelled in mathematics and physics, but he failed at French, chemistry, and biology. Because of his exceptional math scores, he was allowed into the Polytechnic on the condition that he first finish his formal schooling. He went to a special high school run by Jost Windler in Aarau, Switzerland, and graduated in 1896. He also renounced his German citizenship at that time. He was stateless until 1901, when he was granted Swiss citizenship. He became lifelong friends with the Windler family, with whom he had been boarding. Windteller's daughter, Marie, was Einstein's first love. Einstein's sister, Maha, would eventually marry Windteller's son Paul, and his close friend Michel Besso would marry their eldest daughter, Anna. Einstein would recall that his years in Zurich were some of the happiest years of his life. He met many students who would become loyal friends, such as Marcel Grossmann, a mathematician, and Besso, with whom he enjoyed lengthy conversations about space and time. He also met his future wife, Mileva Maric, a fellow physics student from Serbia. From graduation to the miracle year of scientific theories. After graduation in 1900, Einstein faced one of the greatest crises in his life. Because he studied advanced subjects on his own, he often cut classes. This earned him. From graduation. Albert Einstein. Published by Encyclopaedia Britannica. German-American physicist. Albert Einstein, born March 14, 18...